Black Gold, Temptation of Wall Street, From Rags to Riches, The Investor Who Defied Fate. Episode 6 Inches The Man Who Turned $3,000 into $30 million and Gave It Back. Real-time analysis and future strategies of the U.S. stock market. A high-rise penthouse in New York City. Charts of the S&P 500, Bitcoin, and Tesla are displayed on the screens. Three people holding wine glasses are analyzing the market. Jane, the market today is a real roller coaster. The S&P 500 is down 1.8%, Nasdaq plummeted 3%. Tesla dropped 10% in just one day after its earnings release, and Bitcoin instantly fell from $65,000 to $53,000. James, this isn't just a simple correction. Fears are spreading due to concerns over interest rate hikes and poor corporate earnings. But you know what's important at times like this, right? Sophia, exactly, seeing opportunities when fear is at its peak. The person we're going to talk about today did just that. Jane, right. He started with only $3,000 and turned it into $30 million in 3 years. But there's another reason why he became a true legend. James, that's right. It's not just about making money, but giving that wealth back to society. Shall we start his story now? Paragraph 1 Poverty, Hardships, and the First Step. James, you said the person we're talking about today is very special. Yes, the person we're introducing today is Rick Winslow, a man who turned $3,000 into $30 million in 3 years. Does anyone know where he's from? Isn't he from the East Coast? No, he was born in Houston, Texas. His parents were factory workers, and they always struggled financially. But the real problem started when his father suffered an industrial accident. His father got injured. Yes. After an accident at a construction site, he couldn't work, and the family fell deeper into poverty. His mother took on multiple odd jobs to support the family, but they were always struggling. Rick started earning money from elementary school by delivering newspapers and working at a car wash on weekends. But he was always hungry. Then he probably couldn't attend school properly. Surprisingly, he didn't give up on his studies. He entered Texas A&M University on a scholarship, majoring in economics. He delved deep into economics and finance. During his college years, he already vowed to go to Wall Street someday. But life didn't leave him alone, right? He started working at a small investment firm after graduation, but he made a big mistake from the start. He lost all his assets due to overly aggressive bets and eventually failed in his first business. And he also got divorced. He lost everything and ended up on the streets, becoming homeless. So how did he get back on his feet? What changed his life was just $100. Jane asked with surprised eyes. $100. Yes. One day, after not eating for 3 days and sleeping on a park bench, an old man approached him and asked, "Young man, why are you sitting here?" He couldn't answer. Then the old man quietly took out $100 from his wallet and said, "You can either blow this money or use it as an opportunity to change your life. The choice is yours." Sophia smiled with interest. Did he invest that money? No, he bought food first. He was delirious from starvation. Then he took a shower at a nearby motel and looked in the mirror. At that moment, he realized, I'm not going to end here. So, he went to the library and started studying finance again. Stocks, options, quantitative trading, market sentiment analysis. He went into the library as soon as it opened every morning and studied until it closed. And with the last of his money, just $3,000, he returned to Wall Street. Wait, $3,000. How did he have $3,000 when he was homeless? About that $3,000, there's a really touching story behind it. After getting back on his feet with $100, Rick needed seed money to invest. He swallowed his pride and worked odd jobs. He went to construction sites from dawn to carry bricks, laid asphalt under the scorching sun, and cleaned sewers even on rainy days. After more than 12 hours of hard labor each day, his hands were covered in calluses, and his back ached, but he gritted his teeth. To save even a few more dollars, he ate bread for lunch and often slept on park benches or in shabby 24-hour diners. After 6 months of relentless work, he finally had $3,000 in hand. That money wasn't just $3,000. It was the culmination of his sweat, tears, and desperate desire to rebuild his life, money that meant everything to him. What was the first stock he invested in? During the 2008 financial crisis, Bank of America, BAC, Wells Fargo, WFC, and Apple, AAPL. James displays the charts. At that time, BAC was $3.14, WFC was $8.12, and AAPL was $13.40. He bought 200 shares of each, and that wasn't the end of it. What else was there? He bought a 2-year call option on the S&P 500 with a strike price of $750, priced at $1.50 at the time. And this option yielded a 2,000% return at expiration. If it were just a simple stock investment, it would have been a 5-fold increase, but by utilizing options, his assets grew to $30 million. Sophia added with interest. Looking at the quantitative model, he entered at the exact right time. When the public was in fear, he trusted the data and made a bet. But what happened after that? If he made that much money, he must have lived in a luxurious penthouse and partied every day, right? No, he made a completely different choice. He found the meaning of success in giving back, not in money. Jane asked with interest. How? He established a scholarship foundation for underprivileged youth and created a homeless rehabilitation program to give opportunities to those who were wandering without hope, just like he was in the past. James continued with a smile. And he met a woman at church. What? At church? Yes. As he established the foundation and started volunteering, he volunteered every Sunday at a soup kitchen in a small church on the outskirts of Houston, serving warm meals to the homeless. That's where he met her. Her name was Ellie. She was a beautiful woman who taught love and dedication to children as a Sunday school teacher. Rick fell in love with Ellie's warm smile and pure heart at first sight. Ellie also opened her heart to Rick's sincerity and warmth, and they soon fell in love. Rick shared his hidden wounds and pain behind his glamorous success with Ellie, and she sincerely comforted and encouraged him. She awakened Rick to values more precious than money, the meaning of true happiness. Rick gradually changed by Ellie's side. His cold heart melted with warmth, and he discovered the joy of giving instead of obsessing over success. Ellie was the best gift in Rick's life. So, they eventually got married. And even now, he and she are succeeding as investors and returning 30% of their profits to society every year. The social enterprise foundation he established is now operated under the name, Now Charity Foundation. The foundation not only provides donations but also offers mentoring programs to underprivileged youth like himself and supports vocational training and rehabilitation programs for the homeless. Rick widely shares his experiences and success stories through lectures and book publications. His story gives hope and courage to many people. He has become a true Wall Street legend. Not just because he made a lot of money, but because he used that money meaningfully and had a positive impact on the world. Sophia said with admiration. That's amazing. He not only succeeded as an investor but also lives a valuable life. Next episode preview, investment versus gambling, where is the line? In the next episode, we'll discuss the line between investment and gambling. What investments make real money, and which are just games? And which side does your investment fall on? Subscribe and hit the like button, and join the Wall Street War.